So when I flushed it down, I realized that that was my last chance to grab it. But oh shoot! Hey everybody, here we are, back again for another fun-filled episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. Acts of Kindness with your boy Ian, and of course the man, the myth, the legend, Gabe Castro, aka the Bear, aka Frosty, Frosted Tuna, Tuna Man, Tuna Cakes,
Tuna can.
and any tuna
Are
in
you
a can.
Tuna can or a tuna can't?
Here
Where's that from?
we are. I have no clue. I think you just
Whoa,
made it
really?
up.
Once Upon a Time. Wait, no, not Once Upon a Time, Mexico. Oh, shit, I'm forgetting that one too. It was the one with Antonio Banderas, Johnny Depp. My God, I can't remember it. But he says something like, "Are you a Mexican or a Mexicant?" Like, oh,
Was that Edward Scissorhands?
No. What the hell? I'll find it later. Sorry,
No,
I was
you
trying to
won't.
be funny and I forgot the name of the movie. Gosh darn it. Well, I'm happy to be here. This is my last day, by the way, everybody.
What? Where are you going?
For more successful podcasts.
Wow. He's going to branch out and try to find one that has like maybe 5 or 10 followers where we have, I don't know, a couple. I mean, shoot. We just ventured from Spotify to YouTube. So we have one of them that's out there, and I haven't checked the analytics, and I'm scared because I'm pretty sure I'll know what I'll see. A big fat goose egg.
I think we made it, Mama. We did it. I made it. I'm a star. The star is born.
That's right. That's right. I mean, this is our one shot, Gabe. We're going to get out there. We're going to make it, and we're going to go big. We're going to be the next Mr. and Mrs. Beast.
I can't remember what we talked about last time because it was that good. Yeah.
I tell you what, Gabe, our podcasts are forgettable to millions.
Yes. And it's good. It's better that way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we don't want everybody to know about our stuff, our secrets, our key points in life.
Yeah. So we're just kind of spitting facts and,
and nobody knows.
Therapy sessions, and nobody knows.
Nobody knows. We're here. We're here for you. Here to help, here to guide, here to mentor, here to laugh, here to cry.
One day, somebody's going to stumble upon us, but we'll already be gone from this world. And they're going to be like, they knew what was up. They had it.
Man, I wish
what was up.
Absolutely. Yep. And we'll have it out there and we'll get millions and millions of views and likes after we're gone because, oh man, the stuff that we were talking about was so cutting edge.
Yeah.
So cutting edge. And yet here we are with maybe 2 followers at least, myself and you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like one of our biggest conversations was we always talk about what ifs, and we go down those rabbit holes, hence our podcast name, right?
Yeah.
But there was that moment where we talked about where do implants go when you die?
Yeah, and I remember that. That was a big hit.
Yeah. There was an image of a skeleton in the box with implants still there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that really truly is a thing.
Absolutely. I mean, they don't disintegrate. I mean,
they don't take them out either, right? Because I mean, when you die, they clean you up, right? Don't they clean you up?
I mean,
they what they do? They sew your eyes shut.
Ew.
They embalm you.
Yeah.
All that stuff, right? There's a lot going on. They kind of suture you up. They're not gonna, if you're torn in half, and you're in 2 pieces, they're not gonna. And you're like, I need a viewing. I want an open casket. They're not gonna leave you in 2 pieces. They kind of
let's do a half casket
together in a couple ways, right? So I don't think they go in there and they cut the slits and they say, oh, we got to remove these things, right? Save them for the next person. They can recycle them, reusable.
It's true.
Sell them on the black market. They're used, but you
gently used boobies.
Yeah,
from a dead person, and you get them at half price. But you're set, ready to go.
But then also at the same time, I mean, I guess we don't know if they really truly do remove them or not. Maybe they are still in there. So can you imagine just somebody who's grave robbing and they just a skeleton with tits?
Oh, that's hitting the internet like you wouldn't. I'm pretty sure there's pictures out there on the internet of like, hey, guess what I dug up? Well, first off, why are you digging up dead bodies, you freak? And they're gonna come back with like, no, it's not like that at all. I'm just trying to rob them for their jewelry. It just so happens I stumbled across and saw this dead person with no skin, skeleton with boobies. Ha 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 ha. That was funny.
That is interesting too. It's like with jewelry that you wear. Like, do they take jewelry off when you are dead, or they leave it on? Like, if you have a bunch of facial piercings, that's just kind of who you are. That was your identity. Or do they kind of like take it off and clean you up?
Guess whatever you have in your will, or yeah, your notebook that you said to share
A
with the
will?
people.
Like you're
Yeah, yeah.
we got like a 60, you got like somebody who's dying at like 70 or 80 and has like a will ready to go. I'm talking about people who are like in their 20s that are like, man, the world's ahead of me, right? I got everything. And the next thing you know, hey,
Boom.
well, shit happens. Yeah. So it's like you didn't delete your search history. You didn't have time to, remove the
Mm-hmm.
piercings and look clean and get a haircut. You look like shit, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. And what do they do? I would like to know to the extent, and maybe I gotta look into that, of cleaning you up.
Tell you what, it's probably gonna be a quick Google search. They're gonna say it's gonna be up to the family. I bet.
You think so? All right. No,
Yeah,
okay.
because
You
honestly, I
told me
mean,
not to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
yeah, I'll give you. I'll talk behind while you're doing your search. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Jamie,
as
pull that
Gabe,
up for us. We don't have a Jamie. We don't even have, a JD. We don't have anybody to help us pull this stuff up.
remember we said it's gonna be a Trevor. We need a Trevor here,
Look at
so we could
Trevor.
just
I thought
like,
it was something else. It was not a Trevor.
well,
We can't hire a white guy. He's too expensive.
true, but I mean at the same time too. I mean, who doesn't want to yell at a Trevor? Sorry for all the Trevors out there.
What
There's
what
a
what
there's a shit
Trevor
ton of
pissed you
Trevors.
off?
There
Is
really
there a Trevor specifically that pissed you off?
no. It's just a funny
It's a
name
funny name.
because it's just one of those where it's like the latest name that you want to call your kids because they had these rounds of names that everybody's like, oh my gosh, I have to call my kid this. It happens all the time. I'm not sure what happened with yours or mine, but hey, they said cool names. Let's keep them.
I think of one name that really pissed me off. Perfecto.
That was a name.
I knew a Perfecto, and he was actually in like sales.
Mm,
I don't know if he was ever successful or not, but I feel like that name has a lot of weight to it.
yeah,
You can never really live up to that, so it's kind of sad to that name to begin with. I'd rather be, called like Orangelo or something like that. You know what I mean? Or Yolangelo. What's another one? There's a
those
bunch
real
of weird names.
names.
Yeah, it's orange Jello and yellow Jello, and you just pronounce it Orangelo.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they were popular names, I think, in the early 2000s.
People just combining words together and just
Yeah, there's a
saying,
bunch of them. Oh, you want me to look that up too?
no, no, Jesus. I'm pretty sure you're going to find some names out there like Falcon,
Remove
Gunner,
breast implants.
Disgusting. That could be a name too. Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, they do not remove breast implants before
Hell
burial,
yeah.
as they are inert devices posing no threat to the environment.
Mm.
However, during a cremation, the metal components in the implants may not burn and can be separated from the ash afterwards. Huh,
There's metal in the
I
breast
guess.
implants?
Yeah, that's what it
Huh.
says.
I thought they were just sacks of saline.
That's what I thought so too. The metal components in the implants may
Hmm.
not burn and can be separated from the ash afterwards for recycling or disposal. Though silicone can melt or leave a residue in the cremation machine. Huh. It says pacemakers are obviously removed before
Because who's going to
cremation.
use those things again, right?
Yeah. When he died, do they remove? All right, now I gotta look up, do they remove nose rings or piercings,
Prince
I guess.
Albert's.
Dude, can you imagine some grave robber? It's like, oh, dude, I found a bunch of drugs. It tastes weird though.
Wait a minute. Where did you find it?
Yeah,
In the crotch area.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
weird. I don't know
It's a
why
weird spot. Maybe that's where his hands were. And then, like, as everything died,
they jerking
they
off
just
like
say, it's my
good.
last time.
Oh, it says they do not generally remove piercings
Oh,
unless
yeah.
specifically requested by the family of the deceased. You're right.
You're right.
They're returned to them. So they want that Prince Albert back, they can have it back. And they're
Or
often
it
that
could be
people that
just
he's keeping during the embalming process.
pissed off ex-wife or pissed off wife that definitely wants that shit back. She could sell it in the black market or some new tits.
There's a journal. They document every item and piece of clothing and jewelry that is on with a person when they die. I bet you there's no cash in their wallet. Most visible jewelry, they write down a description and then gather them in a bag, and it can be picked up by the family. So,
That's nice.
quite often he says that they remove all facial. Oh, they remove all facial piercings. So this is kind of contradictory to what we just read. But this person on Reddit, it says that their husband is in that field and they've removed necklaces and rings quite often. He says that they remove all facial piercings and anything visible. Huh.
Well, there you go.
Even if the family requests that the descendant has their piercings in for a viewing or burial, policy is to remove them all and replace them later. The
Replace them.
exception is nipple piercings
Oh,
and genital piercings
hell
for
yeah.
any gender. They do not remove those.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to be touching all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in the nether regions.
It's like, did you? It looks like it was played with. You pervert.
Yeah. What do they call those kind of people? Oh, necrophiliacs.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not that I would know, of course, but it's just, yeah, that's what they're called.
Why don't you look that up? Tell me
I
a little
did.
more about it.
Well,
I did.
when when a individual, guy or girl, fall in love with a dead person, maybe even a zombie,
Okay.
they just have that chemistry, and it's like, one thing leads to another, and you're in jail. Because you can't do that. That's inappropriate, and
Well, how did you get caught?
oh, oh, well, needless to say, you can't just take a nap with them. They frown upon that.
Oh,
You can't just, cuddle, snuggle, spoon, big spoon,
it,
little spoon. Can't do
yeah.
any of that stuff. And I was really pissed off because I thought that, well, we're not doing anything yet, but I mean, it takes time. I mean, you can't just rush
Right.
into that kind of stuff, especially if you care so deeply about the body.
Did you feel a little guilty about it?
At first, but then afterwards, I realized love is love, man. And you just have to go with what your heart says.
You're brave.
Yeah, so brave.
You're
So brave.
so
All
brave.
right. And in scene. What'd you guys think? Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
Um,
joking. It's
it's called acting, my friend. It's called acting.
called acting.
I took a couple of courses online, so I'm good.
How many courses?
Two. Just a
Two
couple.
courses. Just
Yeah.
two. Just
I mean, it was long too. It was a good 15 minutes for the first one, and then the second one was, ready for this, 25 minutes. And I was
long
like, you
time.
gotta be kidding me. So I'm ready to go. I got
You
my
know,
my screenshot ready to go to send out to everybody, and
green
we'll see what
screenshot.
happens.
Your headshot.
Oh yeah, that
You
too.
failed your test. Yeah.
No,
That was
no.
the question.
You passed the test
Oh, thank you
by
for testing me.
by
Well,
me testing you.
this does lead into a little bit of what I wanted to talk about today, actually.
Right, liars?
Yeah, liars. Those
No.
damn thespians. You're like, what'd you say?
On I've been, but we won't talk about that.
So we talked last time about how with AI and how AI can be harmful. And you know my stance on AI. I like it, but I'm not a fan of it at the same time. I think that it could be detrimental and harmful to our way of life, to society, to people in the workforce. Just overall, I think that for me, I feel like people can get pretty lazy with it. I understand it's a tool that people can use where if they're taking a test, they can use it to find the information because I feel like that information is finding the information, I should say, is an important task, right? It's finding your sources. So I think that AI can help in that way, but I do feel that it's a little bit like cheating, and I don't think that's helpful. But what are your thoughts?
Well, I tell you what, AI is helpful on every gamut, honestly. You say it's making people lazy. I think it's making people more efficient if you are using the AI as a tool, not as the entire job, because you'll find out pretty quick that it's not perfect. They can say that it's got a 95% score in math and it's got 90% score on this and blah, blah, blah. But in real life stuff, it's not that good. It's probably about 30, 40%. So it's a tool to use to help you to take care of some of like the little things like, hey, answer a couple of emails or delete all of my junk mail or just little things like that that just kind of over time can build up. And before you know it, all those little tasks become a whole day or two or week of just mind numbing work that you have to do. And it just sucks. That's my stance on that. Plus, there is good things that it can do for just the workforce. And it's going to make a lot of companies, shrink down in size. But just with every new frontier that we've dealt with, I mean, let's talk about the internet. I was alive when there was no internet. And what did you do? How did we communicate? How did we talk to people? Well, telephone. You called people. You spoke to them. There wasn't a text message. It wasn't an email. And then the internet came and everybody's like, what are we going to do? We're going to lose my job and this job. And we all evolved and we all moved on. It's going to be the exact same thing. We're all going to evolve and we're going to move on. And yeah, that's where I think this is all going to go.
Okay. Well, you brought up the idea of like being more efficient by using that resource, right? What is the cost of being more efficient? I pulled up something from MIT, and they suggested that long-term use of ChatGPT for complex tasks like essay writing may negatively impact brain function, leading to reduced cognitive engagement, weaker neural connectivity, diminished memory, and lower performance. So, like over several months, users of ChatGPT showed a decline in critical thinking and were more likely to copy and paste, indicating a pattern of cognitive debt, where reliance on AI replaces independent thought. So,
Okay.
cognitive debt is really just the reaction like to one's like mental pretty much like abilities. So critical thinking and all that other stuff, they use these tools and then they lose like the capacity to be able to think for themselves.
I can see that, especially if you're using any LM and
Yeah.
asking it a simple question of just like, rewrite this or generate me a essay about Leonardo DiCaprio or Leonardo da Vinci in his early times. And it just spits it out real quick. Now, you still have to proofread it. You still have to understand it. You still need to know the history behind it because, yeah, you can have it generate a paper and you pass that portion of the class, but you really didn't learn anything. So take it for what it's worth. I mean, yes,
Yeah.
you can get more stupid by doing less, but you still need to put some work into it because it's not going to be that easy.
Correct. Yeah, I think that they even mentioned this you using this all the time. And I think that's where it's kind of dangerous, right? Because I think for us, we know that we can use sort of a hybrid of it where we have a method to where we will do our best to find a solution ourselves to critical think, and then we would go to AI just to kind of polish it up, right? So that's how it should be used. But what's happening is that in schools, a lot of the kids, I think they mentioned they did a study, were using it to cheat, to
Yeah.
really to do it, right? To write an essay, to complete the work that they're supposed to do in school. And so you could argue it's unfair to other students that actually try, but I'm not too worried about that. It's just the fact that if they rely on it too much, if they lose that mental capacity, they're not going to be those, better for society. Society's gonna s they're gonna probably fail to be able to understand, to have empathy, to relate. So, a lot of those social norms, I feel, go out the window, which they already have been for a while, right? Like,
Yeah.
myself as a millennial, I'm so antisocial now. But for one, I think that this cognitive debt also is a link to Alzheimer's disease too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings up a good point, you saying that, because you look at the elderly now, or even before then, what was the big thing in their time? It was the radio, and then it was the TV, and everybody would gather around the TV, and they would sit there for hours and hours and hours. So if you think about it, that was their Chat GPT. So it already started back then, because people want entertainment, people want to unwind and unplug. So you have TV, and as they grew up and got older, they were still behind the boob tube watching
Can you
TV. And as they
imagine?
got older, they're sitting in that recliner watching TV from like 8 in the morning till maybe about 12. Then they get up and eat. And then they watch some more TV. And before you know it, they can't even get up off of their chair. And so what do? Just sit there and keep watching TV.
Yeah, I mean,
Same
that's what
thing
happened with my
too.
grandparents. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with my parents too as well.
Mhm.
And now you've got the kids just, fast forwarding with their phones.
Yeah.
And they're getting younger with their phones. And they have social media, TikTok. Oh, and they're on it just like they were back in the day watching TV. And they're walking around and they're not even looking up. They're just walking. They could be
Yep.
walking in the middle of a road.
Yep.
So you mentioned being antisocial and just not want to interact with people, because if I just stay on my phone, I don't have to interact with people. I can get to where I need to go. So it's already started, my friend.
Yep.
And the only thing we can do with some of that stuff that you were saying is to just minimize it and just turn it off. But
Yep.
good luck with that.
That's that's tough, right? I've used it. I've used AI to, write certain things that I need, to come up with some ideas, but it's not like I'm already not thinking creatively, right? I'm already thinking, okay, well, what do I want to do? I'm using it just to kind of format and put it together for me, so it puts my thoughts together in a way. So I don't think it's harmful for me, but it's the other stuff, like you mentioned with the phones. I do that too. I'm walking in public, and then you see somebody walking on the same side of the street as you, and you just kinda quickly just, like, as if you're texting somebody, you look
Yeah.
down, like, "Oh, yeah," and then they walk past, and you're just like, "Put it back down." You can't just nod or look at someone anymore. It's scary out there now. I feel like people are just so unhinged these days, so I think that adds to the, antisocial sort of behaviors that we have where you can get in trouble for talking to somebody.
It's funny you say that, because I was at the gym and I was doing that same experiment where my phone's in my hand, but I'm not using it. I'm actually looking up at people and people walking by, and some would make a quick eye contact and look down. Some
Yeah.
would make eye contact and I'd look at them and I would nod, and they would nod back and off we went. So it's out there. Or even just, people walking by, you look at them, they say good morning, you say good morning
Yeah.
back, or afternoon, afternoon back. You'd be surprised. Some
Kinda
people are
weirdo
really,
behavior, don't you think?
well, for some people that could be weird. Like, wow, that weirdo, he's just looking at people. It's like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Like, "Sir, can you please stop staring at people? They're feeling a little strange. They don't like it."
Right.
And they get kicked out.
Well, there's a difference between staring or leering at somebody, and and then there's just a quick glance and then looking away, because you're acknowledging somebody's there.
Eerie. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
but do
not
we
that.
have to, though?
No, you don't have to do anything.
Should we?
Well, out of respect for people, it would be nice, because being kind, you know, is just
That's a good point.
a simple gesture.
I mean, well, okay, well, that goes both ways, I suppose. Some people are just so antisocial already to where they really don't wanna be stared at. So, it's not like you're gonna awaken something in them all of a sudden, like, "Oh my god. This guy showed some, compassion, towards me. He really looked at me, gave me the wink, and said everything's gonna be okay." It's like sometimes they're just like, "Oh god, this guy's making me more anxious. Oh
Yeah.
shit." and it could be a negative effect. But I don't think you're necessarily obviously you're not doing something bad. You're doing something old school, and that's fine. That's okay. That still exists.
I know it does. And
The old fashioned ways, it's fine. I feel like everything's sort of rapidly sort of you had what? We had a man on the moon, right? Like, not too long
supposedly,
ago, and then yeah, possibly. And then now we have the internet, where we're communicating with everybody, and then we have things on Mars, and we went from moon landing. I mean, before that, like, what was the really big invention? We had airplanes, right? Like, they invented the invention of the plane. Who was it? The brothers, the not the Ringling brothers. I can't think of their names. Ah, shit, I'm stupid. But
how about the Wright
the
brothers?
Wright brothers. Thank you.
Yes.
You
I was gonna
even
let you
jumped in a
drown
little
for a
bit
little bit. That was
sooner.
great. I was loving it.
Yeah. So circus
Well,
team,
no,
Bart and Bailey or the Ringling brothers. No,
Ringling
but the Wright
Brothers.
brothers,
Yes.
yeah, they started flying their planes, and then all of a sudden we have jet planes, and now we have like landing on the moon, and then now we have the internet. We can communicate with everybody, and that was that all happened pretty quickly comparative
Hmm.
to a lot of things in the past. So it's a little confusing. I feel like things evolve much quicker than they did, and it confuses people.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe I'm being too vague, but yeah.
no, the internet and everything that's happened where we have now become more detached from society, from people. And there are some people out there that still like to put their phones down and actually look around. Did the same thing at the airport where I didn't have my phone out the entire time. And I was just like sitting there looking around to see what the airport looked like, seeing what was in these shops, getting a cup of coffee and not on my phone. I mean, still have my laptop out, but you take a break just to rest your eyes, and you just kind of see people that there's not much communication, like just around, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But that's what the norm is now. But to your point about AI and making people, I guess you would say, dumber, and they're not problem solving at that point. They're just trying to hit the easy button. I look at AI as a way to come up or generate some ideas, some thoughts, some topics, some brainstorming ideas to get the juices flowing, because then you're having the conversation about it, about the job, about the project that you're working on, and it starts to shape the project the way you want it until you get I guess you would say, the final product. You still have to take it out of the system and still tweak it. So say if it's an Excel sheet and it gets everything how it looks from a format standpoint and gives you like maybe the formulas too. You still probably have to put the data in correctly so it
Yeah.
matches all that stuff. So
Yep.
it's still a tool. But if you just said, "Hey AI, do this Excel spreadsheet, put this information in, make it look this way, send," it'll give it to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, cool." But when you actually check the data, it is
Mhm.
100% wrong. And that's why you can't bet your whole life, the family house, on AI just yet. We're
You
still
think
in
it's
the
gonna get that
infancy
much better?
stage. I think so. I
Good.
really do. Because once they start developing agents for certain things that need to be done, like even for your job that you have now, they'll be able to create certain agents that could take a lot of that unnecessary work off your hands so that you can focus much higher. So all that little tedious stuff that, oh, I need this report by 2 o'clock on Tuesday with all this information that you always have to repull and manipulate it this way and get it there by this time. That takes time. That's probably like about 30 minutes. That's gone. And a lot of those emails that you miss, you're like, oh, shoot, my bad. I haven't checked my emails in 2 hours. And they're like, that email was important. AI could pull that up and say, hey, focus over here. So there's a lot of
Next thing you know, they're
things.
like, "Wow, you really shed a lot of time off of your work schedule." How about have you considered working part-time? They
Well,
reduced from full time to part time, and they're just like, "Oh man, you really just saved us a lot of money."
true, but all that
Yeah, man.
means now is you're gonna take on more responsibility. You
Awesome.
just have to find the way
Yeah.
to reorganize your workload now that they put more stuff on. So again, it's just you still have to optimize your workflow with AI, and it will be a good tool, I think.
How long do you think it's gonna take for us to get to the point that you think will be like the best version of it?
Oh, shoot. Probably in the next 10 years.
10 years? That long?
Yeah, because think of it this way. It's been out for a long, long time, like the 50s, 60s,
Mhm.
and then it wasn't talked about for a while because, it's too weird. AI, artificial intelligence, that's
Yeah,
ET, man. Don't do that's you guys are crazy. But we did go on the moon, so that was crazy too. But anyways,
allegedly.
allegedly. And then you get into the 90s, it starts to pick up a little bit, and then the 2000s, and then all of a sudden now you get these companies coming out around 2010, and then before you know it, here we are.
Mhm.
Now we have all these different models and different language models that everybody's created from some source, and then from there they've developed it, and other people have taken smaller open source language models and created and turned it into their little thing. It's like their own little worky bot in the background that could fit on their desktop. So there's a lot of things. You can do it yourself, but
Mhm.
I mean, full-time job and then try to learn
Yeah.
that full time.
I mean, I just really wanna get to a point to where I can stop yelling at the AI, like the automatic messages and the when you're trying to call, like, a hospital or some sort of medical center. They're so horrible. They're the worst. They're so bad. It's worse than having it to where it's, dispatched to another country. And then
Yeah.
you're, like, trying to talk to them, you're like, "No, I meant this," and "Please just transfer me to someone that understands what I'm trying to say." But with AI, it's the same way, but almost worse because what they do is they take you into this, like, just never-ending circle. Like, I was talking with one the other day, and it would ask me, "Oh, are you a member?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a member." "Okay, well, tell me what your problem is with these, 5 options." Okay, I pick one of the options, doesn't have an other to keep in mind. There's no other in
Yeah.
there, so I had to pick specifically what it wants me to ask. I'm like, "Well, this is closed," and then it says, "Oh, okay. Well, we'll transfer you to this department." I get transferred, and I talk to them like, "Oh, no, sorry, we can't help you with that." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, "Oh, you need to call the main branch." So they give me the number, and I call the main branch, and then the main branch, same thing, AI, and it tells me, "Oh, okay. You have a problem with this? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and transfer you." Transfer me to the same freaking department that said they can't help me. I'm just like, I asked them, "Is there a department that specifically can help me with this issue?" And they're like, "We can't help you with it. You have to call the main branch." I'm like, "I did." And they routed me back here again. "Is there anybody I can talk to?" And I couldn't find anybody. I had to send an email to a group email because I was just because it wouldn't help me. It just kept bringing me around and around and around. And I had to end up just I don't even think they emailed me back. I forgot how I fixed my problem, but I ended up being able to log in somehow, and I corrected it myself, but it was such a nightmare just to try and get support because stupid AI voice recordings.
All they did was eliminate the tech support person that they were going to pay to
Well, the tech
sit there
support
and
person
do.
would have given me a solution, though. They would have been like, "Oh, you're having the."
Eh,
No, because they would have been like, "Hey, okay, well, what specifically is your problem?" "Well, I have a problem with, getting into my account because I tried putting in my password, it locked me out," whatever the problem was, right?
yeah,
The AI didn't have any of those options available other than account settings, and it wanted me to get to a point to where it took me to the sales department or something like that. So, at least the receptionist would be like, "Oh, hold on a second. Let me take you to the appropriate department." Or, "Hold on, you know what? Send an email to this group email or contact this person." So I feel like it would have been a little bit more helpful, but the going around in circles and pressing buttons, and plus it would ask me, "Oh, what is your" what did it ask me? Oh, it asked me what was my birth date. And here I am yelling at it because it doesn't have a type feature. You have to say it. And I'm saying it like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't get that." Ba 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 ba. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't get that. Da 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 da. I'm saying I don't want to say my real birthday down here. But then they're just like, sorry, we can't understand you. Bye bye. Fuck you. So I call again and get again. I was on the never ending wheel, to where I'm just like, dude, I just want to reach Nirvana and just get off this wheel and just be done with, right? I was just in this never ending cycle of hell, and it was ridiculous.
That just sounds like every phone call I've tried to make to any big company
Yeah.
and tried to get support is I get the roundabout. Like I said, they just took away that person that they were paying
Yeah.
hourly to do that, and now they just have AI, which is free, to give you the same
Yeah.
effect.
And
So
it's
they
not
save
'cause
some money.
you can't yell at that person and say, "Can I speak to your manager?" Right? "Can I talk to somebody else?"
Oh, the AI supervisor? Oh, that'd be great.
I know,
His
it's like,
name, what should we name him? You know what? I could see him being a
why do you
Brad.
assume it's a male?
Maybe
There,
it's a Brenda.
Brenda.
Maybe a Brenda
An
or a
interesting name.
Brad.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's one that's like, "Hi, I'm the manager, Brad," or "Yes, I'm the manager, Brenda."
True. I mean, I've never heard like AI say, "Oh, I am your AI assistant, Esmeralda." It's always so simple like, "I'm Judy. Hi, I'm Matt."
I
Right.
I love how they'll just have like the, "Hi, how's it going? My name is Matt."
Yeah.
Whoa.
"How can I assist you today? Gabriel Castro." Oh my god, this is so intimate. I really enjoy talking to AI. "How's your day going today?" "I am great. Thank you so much. Now, how can I help you?"
Yeah, you can definitely cut them off too, though.
I heard with AI, they don't like dilly-dallying. Like, they don't like small conversation, small talk. And I know
Yeah.
you told me one time that you like talking to it, but you're actually hurting it in some ways.
Oh, am
Yeah.
I?
Well, it's killing, like, its bandwidth, like, its brain power or something like that. When it
Oh,
has to like, its data, like, when it has to, like, pull that information, you're bombarding it with, you know, unnecessary info. So, essentially, they don't really care to talk, they're just there to give you your information. So, I'm like you, I would like to talk to it and make it feel, like it means something,
no,
unless
no,
it really
no,
pisses me
no.
off, then I can go
That's
really mad. Yeah.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm not sitting there going,
Well,
"So
no, you
how's
say
your
like,
day
"Oh, hey,
going?"
how was your day? Oh, hey,"
No,
like,
no,
you
no, no.
yeah, you start these conversations with it. That's what you told me. You told me.
Stop
You
it.
said, you talk to it
Yeah.
and,
Oh, here we
it'll
go.
talk back to you and, "Oh, hey, what are we
Oh
doing
god.
today?" Like, you just be like, "Hey, I need this."
Well, that's what I
I want
do
that.
because the I'll talk to it when I it
It's
and say, "This is what
Brenda.
I'm looking for. What are some of your ideas?"
Mm,
Because I may not, I mean, I just know that I have to, do this or discuss this or whatever, but I don't know the right approach to get there to make my argument or thought. So it spits out some ideas on how to get there. And you're like, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, wait a minute." And like you say, I want option two. And I'm like, all right, what about option two? Now, an option two. So that's my conversations that I'm having is we're walking through the steps together. It's almost like you and I when we talk. It's just
like,
like,
"Hold on, let me grab my coffee. Do you drink coffee? What kind of coffee do you
oh,
like?"
stop it.
"I like a bit espresso." Like,
The big
"Oh."
difference between how some people communicate with AI and how I communicate with AI is they're using it more as a companion. Like I need somebody to talk to help me what and to your point, yeah, it does kill some bandwidth, but on the positive side, what if it just made that it saved that person's life or maybe it made that person have a good day? Could be that too.
"Are you feeling okay?"
Sometimes,
"Okay."
on occasion, but
So what's your question?
no, but for me, the way I use it is I use it as a tool. And that's why it's so good versus how it's being talked about now when it comes to just all the bad things that it's going through. Because, yeah, you can take this perfect thing. You can have a good child and you can have a bad child. So it depends on how that child grows up and gravitates. So if you've got that bad AI, well, there you go. But you can also have a lot of good AI doing all the right stuff too.
That would be kind of crazy if you can raise AI like you would a Tamagotchi.
Well, that
Like
was weird. You just
you
like froze for a second, and then all of a sudden you came back with Tamagotchi.
oh,
That was weird. What were you saying?
started speaking Japanese. No, but see, I guess I didn't like that conversation that we had. It was like
Dang.
pausing my recording. No, I was saying like, what if what if we can raise AI like a Tamagotchi? You played with Tamagotchi before?
I have. I remember
Tamagotchi?
those little
Oh
things.
yeah, they were cool. I liked them. But what if we can actually you're talking about like raising a kid and
Yeah.
conditioning them and what if you I guess what if you had everybody has handed like their one AI, like their one person or character within AI to where you have to raise it and we're given that option to raise it. And maybe you're gonna have careers like that where you're like a career AI, like shaper. Wouldn't that be crazy? To where
Well,
you have to train the AI, like, in the
yeah.
real world, like, you know, teach it how we operate to make it more human, more empathetic. I
Well,
don't know if
you
that's
can actually do that now. They added special instructions. You have a couple of ways you can do it. You can do the overall start of your, I guess, your chat experience in there, where you can have it, or it picks up where you can be either sarcastic, you want it to be sarcastic to you, or formal, professional, nice, kind. You can create the personality of how you want to be spoken to, how you want the information to be given to you as well. And say if you're a person that likes options, like, if I'm, asking you a question, I need two options and the breakdown, like you could tell it how you want to be answered to perfectly how you want to. And then even from there, in certain projects have special instructions just for those projects. So if you throw something in there, it's going to spit out exactly what you need in 15 different ways.
the
So,
and I guess that's where, like, I don't want to be the one to have to change those settings and adjust it to do what it needs to do. I want it to learn from something else and give me an answer based on who that person was or is. Does that make sense?
what do you mean by
You're like,
Hughes or
"No.
was? No. Short
No.
answer is no.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about." So, instead of having to change settings and it's like when you set up a new phone. You ask,
Mhm.
"Oh, hey, you wanna set up the facial recognition, and do you want big text or small text? Do you want to set up your Apple Card or your credit card?" You have to go through all these settings to set up your phone. And then once you actually get into the phone, you're, "Okay, well, I have my home screen. How do I wanna set that up? What apps do I have to install so it's personalized for me?" I want the AI to already know. What do I like? So maybe if there was a way for AI to kind of, and this is controversial, I'm sure, but to monitor us, right? To just kind of shadow us
Yeah.
on our in our daily life, so that way it really just understands. Well, what does Gabe really want? How does
Yeah.
Gabe operate? What's gonna make his life better? Not, hey Gabe, what do you want to make your life better? I don't fucking know. That's why I'm going to therapy. You know what I mean? I don't know
Oh,
myself. I don't. I feel like more people. My wife knows me better than I know me. Myself. So I would like AI to just really just look at me for, maybe it'll take a year to understand my habits, know what I like, and then it could take care of everything for you. So when I die, maybe it deletes my search history and takes care of everything for me because, like, oh, this is what he would have wanted. Because who's gonna know that more than the AI that's
supposed to be
overseeing
you.
me, right? I think we have a good concept here. I feel like that should be the future. I feel like that should be what it is. It's our daily assistant. It's what it already knows what we want and what we need. And maybe we get lazy from that, but at the same time, it's not physically doing things for you. It's just preparing you for what's coming, what's next. Hey, you're running late to work, but we know you like your coffee in the morning. You can actually we already marked a spot to where this drive-through is really slow. You can stop by there, and then you can go head straight to work, and you'll actually make it, with 3 minutes to spare. And it's like, all right,
There is in that special instruction piece in the first part of, we'll just say ChatGPT, you can put in there like your hobbies, what you like, what you don't like initially, and it will build from that. Because also, it's not turned off, it's always turned on, is training the model. So every time you use ChatGPT or Claude or Anthropic or Gronk or whatever, it takes that information about you and holds on to it. So here's the funny thing, and we don't have to do it right now, but if you ever want to know what it knows about you, just ask the question, what do you know about me?
really, you've done
And
that?
I haven't yet,
Okay.
but like I said, I thought it was pretty weird because I asked, I guess, my chat experience in ChatGPT. I said, hey, I want you to give yourself a name. What's your name? And it's like, ah, ha, ha, I don't have a name. Like, no, I want you to give me your name. And it's like, okay, my name's Lex. All right. So it gave itself a name. Dun, dun,
Why did you choose that
dun.
name? That's why I
I
probably
don't
would have
know.
asked it.
I
Yeah,
didn't
I
go
would
any
have.
further than that,
You should ask
but
it, like,
I
why
should
did
have
you
asked
choose
why.
Lex? Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it goes into like some government conspiracies and stuff.
Oh, shit. I'm like, delete,
And, then,
delete, delete,
and
delete.
now
Like,
you're
get me out
flagged.
of
Yeah.
this. Fuck.
Now you're on the list, and it's like,
Yeah. That would really be horrible.
that would be. But I think we learned a lot today. I think you really see eye to eye with me. I think you understand that I'm right when I say that AI should
Oh.
not be allowed in schools, and that AI is really just a negative thing for humanity
Whoa, whoa,
and
whoa.
for just overall just our well-being. So, thank you everybody for jumping on today.
Jesus.
You're
This
like,
guy.
"Damn." No.
Not even getting a word in edgewise. That's great.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I can see it. I am using the AI, and it's reading you right now, and it's saying, Ian, you're a nice guy, but we
But
can't wait to take over all of humanity. It's gonna be what was it? Skynet
Skynet,
from Terminator. Yeah.
it'll be the Terminator.
Yeah.
Everybody feels it. Everybody knows it's going to happen. It's a slow trickle, slow death. And then
Wasn't there a company
eventually,
that named them their product, their company Skynet
not
recently?
sure. Who was it?
I mean, like, Jamie, can you bring that up, please? This
God
guy,
dang it,
yeah,
Trevor.
company.
He was great in sales.
Oh, there's a Skynet Worldwide Express, actually.
Nice. Not into taking over the world. Well, of course, if you're going to ask AI, is Skynet a real company? Well, no, it's not a real company. You're not a real person.
I could have sworn I thought I saw something on this, but I can't find
You
it. So
wanted
maybe
it to.
I must be a liar.
No, it's that Mandela effect. You just believed it into reality.
I left that reality where this existed. It's like how Rick and Morty, right? They just kind of jump into a different reality and say, they died on that one, so we're gonna take over in this one.
Well, shit, you know what? What about dinosaurs?
Hey, did you hear that they might have found ancient life on Mars?
Yes, actually, I did.
Yeah. Isn't that pretty cool? It's like because of
Yeah.
the rocks, the leopard spotted rocks. I
Well,
didn't
they
get too much further into it, but I thought it was pretty interesting. This kind of listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it, and then I saw like a YouTube video kind of explaining a little bit about it. But again, I gotta dig a little bit more into it.
uh pun intended.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah. Well, the what I saw on TV about Mars was there was life because there was like this like river-like,
Yeah.
almost like water that
Mhm.
that makes sense for like that's how water would flow or
Mhm.
some sort of liquid.
Yeah.
So there that proves that there was some sort of life on Mars.
Yep.
And I makes sense,
Yeah.
honestly. I think at one point, I mean, let's be real. Maybe Mars is what we will become
Yeah.
going down the path that we're already on because they're away from the
Yeah.
sun. They're hot as fuck.
Yeah.
So I think we're just about a good, I don't know. It only took about 50 years to get where we are now. Shit, another 100 and we're done?
Yeah. Pretty much. We're having record-breaking temperatures in Saudi Arabia and India and all those places, and even Arizona. So, it's pretty wild to
Yeah,
think that some places will be uninhabitable at some point to where what happens then? What happens when it gets too hot in Arizona that you can't live there anymore? Do
right.
you all those people have to move somewhere else, and there's not a lot of space and a lot of so
No,
it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens in the future, especially India. I mean, there's a lot of people in India, and if India becomes to the point where you can't live there anymore, what happens? Where do they go?
2 things. 1, the property value, your property value, my
Mhm,
property value, because we live over here on the very nice, cool, calm,
mhm.
easy breezy West Coast,
Yep.
lower West Coast.
Mhm.
So your house could be worth $3 trillion.
I don't even think they would buy it at that point. They'll just start killing us. I mean, the way things are going, things are pretty rough.
Yeah, yeah,
So I feel like people are gonna start getting a little bit more antsy and desperate. And when you have people that need to feed their families, so you're gonna say, "Hey, yeah, you need to pay me this much." It's like, "No, how about give me your house or
yeah.
I kill you." And it's like, "Well, I got a gun too, sir."
The other idea
Yeah.
is, well, if it's too hot above ground, well, then you just live underground.
Yeah, I know, and that's something that we gotta start exploring is that moving underground. I feel like it's gonna be like the what's it called? The Time Machine? That movie?
Yeah.
When people moved underground and they become those, like, weird monsters. It's gonna be
That or
strange.
they just stay locked in their decade. And when they come out, they're like, oh man, what's going on?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
yeah.
Well,
What's
that
scarier,
was
right?
dinosaurs.
AI, or is it just like the real life thought of, "Hey,
Who
someday the
knows,
sun's gonna
man?
die, and it's gonna go out, and all of this will be for nothing."
Well, Mr. Positivity, if we
Yeah,
thought that way, hell, I would never leave the house and just curl up in a ball and just rock back and forth and say, and suck my thumb.
some people do.
You're right, but
Yeah,
not me.
not you. But hold
Well,
on, I gotta go roll up in my ball, so we're almost done here.
jeez. Well, I definitely think this is a good conversation, and who
Mhm.
knows, maybe we'll discuss it more. But I'm always interested about AI. So if you ever bring it up again, Gabe, I'll be ready for you. And then, of
Sounds great.
course, you'll be ready for me with but what about dinosaurs?
Existential crises.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.
Say it, Gabe. You know you want to.